Americans, mostly younger ones, are announcing they want to leave the United States. They call themselves Trump UGs. Do we have a generation of like Rosie O'Donnells? People so pissed they want to be expats?
All across America, something shocking is happening, but most people don't talk about it openly. Families, retirees, and even full-time workers are quietly packing up their lives and leaving the country they once called home. Why would people give up on the American dream? Why would teachers, nurses, engineers, and even young parents choose to start over in foreign lands? The truth is hidden behind rising costs, broken promises, and a system that no longer feels safe or fair. From skyrocketing healthcare bills to endless rent hikes, from school shootings to the crushing weight of debt, Americans are realizing they may have a better chance at a stable future somewhere else. In this video, we'll uncover the real reasons why this mass exodus is taking place, and the shocking details will make you question the future of the United States itself. Stay with us till the end, because what you're about to hear may completely change the way you look at America today. And before we dive in, make sure to subscribe, because you won't want to miss what's coming next. Across the United States, a story is unfolding that very few expected, and even fewer are willing to face. America, once seen as the land of endless opportunity, is now witnessing something extraordinary. Its own citizens are leaving, not for vacations or adventures, but for survival. Families that once dreamed of white picket fences, retirees who believed their pensions would carry them through, and professionals with well-paying jobs are packing up and choosing to start over in other countries. Why would people walk away from what was once considered the greatest nation on earth? The reasons will take you on a journey that might shock you by the end. The first reason is the crushing cost of living. Housing has become impossible for millions. Home prices have reached record highs and rents have spiraled out of control. Even those who once thought of themselves as middle class can no longer afford a decent place to live. Teachers, nurses, delivery drivers, and even office staff are realizing that most of their paychecks vanish just to cover rent. Some are moving into smaller towns, but many are simply leaving the country altogether, searching for affordable living in places where they can finally breathe again. For retirees, the dream has collapsed even harder. After decades of working, many believed they had earned peace and comfort in their final years. Instead, fixed incomes can't keep up with inflation, taxes, or medical bills. Elderly couples who once thought they'd grow old in Florida or Arizona are now selling what little they have and relocating to countries in Latin America or Asia, where healthcare is cheaper, housing is affordable, and dignity is still within reach. These people aren't chasing adventures, they're running from a reality that betrayed them. But the crisis doesn't stop there. Families with children are being pushed out too. Parents who struggle with endless debt, student loans, or sudden medical emergencies are finding themselves in situations where raising kids in America feels unsafe and unsustainable. The constant fear of school shootings, the pressure of healthcare bills, and the lack of a safety net are forcing parents to look abroad, searching for a place where their kids can grow up without fear and without the shadow of financial collapse. Even those with stable jobs are feeling the walls closing in. Software engineers in Silicon Valley, nurses in New York, truck drivers in Texas, they all share the same realization. For many, the American dream has turned into a treadmill, where they run endlessly but never move forward. Some are moving to countries where their salaries stretch further, where they can own a home, travel, and save money instead of drowning in bills. Then comes the hidden crisis, the one that isn't often spoken about, the mental toll. Living paycheck to paycheck, drowning in debt, fearing medical costs, and watching society grow more divided has left many Americans exhausted. Depression, anxiety, and hopelessness are driving people to make the ultimate decision: leave everything behind and start over somewhere new. For them, it's not about giving up, but about survival. And yet, while this silent exodus grows, the system that created it continues to profit. Investors and corporations have turned homes into assets, healthcare into a business, and education into a lifelong debt trap. The wealthiest grow richer while the middle class collapses, and the poor vanish into invisibility. For every empty luxury condo in a big city, there are countless families living in cars, countless retirees scraping by, countless workers planning their escape. But here's where the real shock comes. At the end of this story lies a truth that no one wants to admit. America, the place that once promised freedom, opportunity, and security, is now losing its own people. Not to war, not to disaster, but to a quiet decision. Millions choosing to walk away. And if this continues, the question isn't just about who's leaving, but about what kind of country will be left behind. Will America remain the land of dreams, or will it become the land people dream of escaping? That is the reality we are facing, and the ending of this story isn't written yet. But one thing is certain: the reasons people are leaving today are not just personal struggles, they are warning signs of a nation in crisis. And as you think about everything you've just heard, ask yourself, what happens when the dream becomes the nightmare? Because the answer might shock you more than anything else. When you look at everything we've uncovered, it becomes clear that this isn't just about housing, or money, or jobs. It's about the very idea of what America was supposed to stand for, and how far that dream has slipped away. Families shouldn't have to choose between survival and their homeland. Retirees shouldn't be forced to leave the country to live with dignity. And children shouldn't grow up thinking stability is something they can only find somewhere else. Yet this is the painful truth unfolding right now. The question we have to ask is simple but heavy. If millions of people feel they must leave, what kind of nation will remain? And if this silent exodus continues, what future will be left for those who stay behind? Think about that carefully, because the answers might shake the very foundation of what you thought you knew. If you want to keep exploring stories like this, stories that go beyond the headlines and reveal the truths hiding in plain sight, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what comes next.